Hey guys, 1 week away till Tesla We Robot event. Tesla stock is gonna explode, and I'm gonna tell you exactly why in this video. Come on, let's go for a ride. All right, let's get going here. Guys, this Tesla robot event is gonna be huge. Here's why I think it's gonna be so huge. I think it's being vastly underestimated. Every time I turn on the TV and I see the media talking about Tesla and this upcoming event, you can tell it's getting attention from the talking heads, but they're all very negative. They think it's hype. According to Wall Street, this is the same buy the rumor, sell the news playbook that they do every single time. Now, you can't really blame them because Elon and Tesla doesn't have the best history when it comes to FSD announcements in specific. Elon has been saying since 2015 that FSD, full self-driving, will be coming very soon with no driver behind the wheel, or your Tesla driving in a way that's completely unsupervised. So far, it hasn't happened yet. And that is exactly why the media is so doubtful and so negative when it comes to this event. Now, the stock has risen in the past few weeks leading up to this event because there's undoubtedly some hype. Okay, guys, let's jump right into the top 5 reasons I think this will be a huge event. Number 1, the $25,000 car, aka the Model 2. This has been written off. I think it's been completely priced out of the stock. And, there was some comments earlier this year that it isn't happening anymore, that it's going to be replaced by robotaxi, and the whole idea of robotaxi has been, forever pushed out into the future. So just the idea that we're going to be getting a less expensive car, I think is very underestimated right now, but I think it's actually still coming. It's going to be announced at this event. I don't know if it'll be 25K. When I say 25K, that's US, by the way. It might be a little bit more, but I do think it'll be way cheaper than the Model 3. Now, it'll definitely be smaller than the Model 3 as well, both in size and in battery and range. Like, it'll be smaller in every way, but it'll be that huge push to mass adoption of Teslas by the general public because of the affordability factor. There's a big issue with people not being able to buy Teslas just because even the Model 3, it's a little bit too expensive for people to get into. And I know that we have our federal incentives and, prices have come down. But I mean, the cheapest Model 3 in Canada is still a $50,000 car. That's going to be a little bit out of budget for a lot of people that are looking to buy like a Toyota Corolla or maybe a Prius or, different cars that are less expensive and are maybe hybrid instead of full electric, right? So just the announcement of a smaller and cheaper Tesla for everyone to be able to buy, I think that's going to send the stock skyrocketing just by itself. I don't think people are anticipating that from this event. It's called the We Robot event. People are thinking like, robot, what does that mean? They're going to talk about Optimus more. Optimus is kind of another thing that's way out into the future. Who knows if that'll actually be coming anytime soon? What's the real world implications? Are we ready for robots in our house? Like, what's going on with Optimus? No one's even thinking about that cheaper Model 2 car is coming. That leads me to point number 2, which is Cybercab. Cybercab is going to be based on the same model as the Model 2. It'll be basically like, right now you can buy a Model 3 standard range, or you can pay a little bit extra and get the long range all-wheel drive with some extra bells and whistles, right? I think that there will be a cheaper kind of Model 2 base version, and then you'll be able to pay a little extra and get the Model 2 Cybercab variant. So why would you pay extra to get the Cybercab version? I think both will be capable of full FSD, but the Cybercab will be more designed for you to deploy out into the whole full self-driving autonomous taxi network ecosystem that Elon Musk has recently talked about. I think it'll be that concept design we saw online recently, where the steering wheel actually folds into the dash and the 2 front seats here can actually turn around to face the rear so that people are actually facing each other while they're driving. Well, nobody's driving, while the car is driving itself. Who knew we'd be talking about something like that? Okay, point number 3, the third major announcement I think that they'll talk about is the actual robotaxi network itself. This is something that was teased at the shareholder meeting earlier in 2024. I think it was back in June. But this is going to be very impressive. Elon described it as some sort of blend between Airbnb and Uber ride hailing. And so I think that they're going to demo this concept, and they're going to demo it from 2 perspectives. One, the perspective of somebody ordering a car just like you would order an Uber to drive from point A to point B. They're going to open their Tesla app on their phone, place their destination, choose a price that works for them. The prices are going to be way cheaper, by the way, because there's nobody driving the robotaxi. There's no person you have to pay, right? Big change to the industry. The car is going to come, it's going to pick them up, it'll unlock as soon as it gets to wherever they are. They'll get inside, it'll automatically start driving to their destination. Maybe the screen will actually be available on theater mode because it'll be completely autonomous and unsupervised driving. So the passenger will be able to watch Netflix or YouTube. They'll have full control. It'll be actually a way better experience than driving in, an Uber or a taxi today, right? So that's the first perspective. It'll also be demoed from the perspective of the robotaxi or Tesla owner. So they'll be able to open their Tesla app. It starts the same way. You can see on your app that somebody has requested a ride from here to here. You can accept or reject the ride, and then off your Tesla will go. You can stay at home in the comfort of your house, watching TV, doing whatever you want to do, and your Tesla goes off and starts making money for you, picking people up and dropping them off. You can even do it while you're working. Like, think about that double dip of your time, right? You're basically in 2 places at once, making money in 2 ways at the same time. It's going to change the whole concept of cars being like a bad investment. Right now, a lot of people say the worst place you can spend your money on is a car, because it's a depreciating asset and it just costs money, right? But what if your car made money for you? That's a whole different change. That's a whole new perspective, right? So your car can be out there making money for you while you're doing whatever else you want to be doing. Pretty amazing stuff. So my opinion is that the robotaxi demo will be highly impressive, but they'll probably say in their announcement that it's going to be launched sometime late in 2025 or maybe even early 2026. And that is really just to give more time for them to perfect FSD and to make sure that they're also in compliance with all the regulations, so that they can deploy it in a way that's legal. It's going to take some time for them to actually get approval from all the various municipalities and governments that need to approve something like unsupervised full self-driving. That brings me to prediction number 4, which is Optimus. Of course, they're going to be talking about Optimus. The event is called We Robot, right? Now, Tesla will definitely be showing off their updated Optimus, some of the new cool things it can do. It's going to be like the mascot of the event. But I think it is a little bit more for show than anything else at this point. Don't get me wrong. In terms of potential, Optimus has an amazing future. But at this point, it's probably just being used for very simple jobs in Tesla factories. I think they're going to be trying it out on their own factories first so they can work out all the kinks and they can really build it into an amazing product, right? If they were to send it out into the world now, there would be all kinds of videos of, mistakes and trouble it gets into, and it accidentally fell on grandma, and, all kinds of issues that Tesla doesn't want that smoke right now. What they're going to be doing is taking care of all the issues in-house, privately, in their own 4 walls, right? Then they're going to be starting to deploy it out to other businesses. It's going to start as a business-to-business deal. Other companies that have factories, that have use cases similar to what Tesla is doing in their factories, where You know, if you look at some of the footage and pictures and videos of these factories, they're mostly filled with robots already, but they're very much single-use type robots, right? It'll be a big arm that takes something over here and moves it exactly over there, or twists a part of the car, or does something very specific that it's been programmed to do. Optimus is different. Optimus is general purpose, and it does things that the humans are currently doing right now. So in the factories today, you have all the robots, but you also have a lot of humans doing things that it's difficult to program robots to do unless the robots are trying to act like humans, which is Optimus. It's literally going to be taking the data from people in the exact same way that full self-driving in cars takes the data from people driving. So it'll be taking data from people in factories working, and it'll be able to take over all those tasks. Another possibility with Optimus is that they might start talking about consumer use cases. I'm not sure if they'll be able to actually demo this. Maybe they'll have prepared a video in advance where things are very carefully crafted so that everything works properly. But they might start showing use cases for Optimus in the household. Can you imagine Optimus saying, dinner will be ready in 25 minutes, and it's there cooking up its pasta and meatballs and tomato sauce and salad on the side and fresh bread and all these different things. And then it's serving the dinner to all the family and then coming to check in just like a waiter and saying, is everything okay? Can I get you any more water? Does anybody need anything? I see there was a spill. Can I clean that up? And, you know, just serving the owners basically. And then when dinner is over, collecting all the plates, bringing it to the kitchen, cleaning. Would you like me to wash the dishes by hand tonight or using the dishwasher? And you get to choose. You know, maybe some people will be turned off by the idea of talking to a robot, and so everything will be through commands on the app. That's totally possible too. I'm sure you can have an option in your settings to be able to interact with your Optimus however you want. The actual use cases for Optimus in the household, once it works properly, is endless. That opportunity is absolutely through the roof as well. It is what we all saw when we watched the Jetsons as kids growing up, and they had that maid. I forget the name of that maid. If you remember, tell me in the comments. But that would just do all the housework, all the chores, and just take care of things for the family. All right, number 5. This is maybe a bit of a long shot, but I think if it happens, it's something that nobody is predicting right now. I haven't seen anyone actually talking about this. The Tesla van. Yes, that's right. I think this is going to fit into the We Robot event because it'll fall under the umbrella of full self-driving, which is exactly what autonomy is. Why would Tesla want to be putting out a van? Well, look at all the companies that are constantly delivering things by van. We have FedEx, we have UPS, we have Amazon. I know Amazon has Rivian and they're starting to change their fleet to electric. I've seen a couple electric FedEx vans as well. In Canada, I can tell you, the vast majority of these van delivery vehicles are still gas. They're still those kind of old, ugly, white, gas, inefficient vans. Mark my words, within the next 5 years or so, maybe less, all of these vehicles are going to start switching to electric. Why would the companies keep these inefficient old vans when the cost of maintaining an electric van from, let's say, Tesla or even another company is going to be vastly cheaper and maybe even drives itself? I think that would be pretty cool if we get the van announced and they actually show it and they take off that sheet that they currently have. Because remember, in the Tesla shareholder meeting, they actually showed that slide, which has their whole vehicle lineup. And they have all the vehicles that are out right now. And then they have 2 vehicles that are covered in sheets, which I think is the Model 2 and its counterparty, the Robotaxi. And then they have another one which looks bigger. I think it's the van. It might get unveiled next week at the We Robot event. Let's look out for that. All right, guys, that wraps up the video for today on the We Robot event. Hit that like and subscribe button if you like the video. I got more videos coming out soon. I will review the We Robot event after it takes place as well, so we can check that out together if you miss it. Another thing, reminder, hey, hit that link below if you're going to buy a Tesla soon. Get $1,000 off. Why would you pay an extra $1,000 when you don't have to, right? Use the link below, $1,000 off US or $1,300 off Canadian. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys. We'll catch you next time. Take care.